Guys, it's Austin with Car Lab, and we are here on a slightly chilly Saturday morning. I want to start out back to show y'all a little bit of snow we got. Not too big of a deal, but suppose we got more coming, so we'll see. Today, we are actually working on doing a parts run for another one of our projects. Oh snap, the AMG. Just sitting there in the snow. We got more coming for you, big girl. Anyway, so let's see here if I can show you this other project we've got. All right. Well, it's a mess, but this is our 1987 VW Vanagon Syncro, and I know you can't see much right now because I've got a car wedged in here, but this is a four-wheel drive VW Vanagon, and it's considered a day camper, so it doesn't have a full Westy interior. I'll be showing you a lot more of this thing soon. But today we're going to go hunt some parts for this beast. And again, just to verify. Now, most of what I'm looking for is going to be some interior pieces. This thing is pretty rough on the body, but we've done everything we can to make it, solid. One thing we're going to try to snag are some new seats. Ours are decent. They cleaned up okay, which we're definitely going to repurpose them for somebody. As you can see, the armrest is broken, and they're just a little bit rattier than I would like. It's mainly personal preference, and I got the hookup. So the other thing we're looking at is a new dashboard, new used, like everything else. This one is a little bit questionable, nasty, ratty, and unfortunately we got some rust on our front windshield, so we're going to have to fix that as well, and we're going to look into that. Otherwise, we're also getting a new sliding door panel, just because this one is barely hanging on. And I mean, again, new used. And our two front door panels are getting thrown into. So we'll see. We've replaced a few others. You may be able to tell the different patterns there. But that's our back seat. Again, it's a mess, and forgive the light blowout. But utilitarian, one of the most fun vehicles to drive. And another area of project on this. Oh, it's a mess in here. You'll find this to be a running theme. Okay. Well, bear with me. All right. Is this little beauty? So this is our engine. This is a 2.1 water boxer engine. We actually bought it used, like everything else, and we've been working on dialing it in. Had a lot of issues with it to start, but actually it turns out this is a pretty solid, good running engine. And I had an issue with our fuel pump not coming on because of wiring connection. As you can see, lovely 80s wiring. And we'll do more to clean that up, but really, these things are kind of a mess from the factory. Anyway, but we did put fresh plug wires on it. We did a, cap and rotor, all new fuel lines, new belts, as many gaskets as we could. This particular vehicle has all new coolant lines on it, including our metal coolant divider there. I've tried to do everything I can to make this thing as mechanically sound as possible. And yet, we still have problems, which we will work on. But again, today's more of a fun day, just to get some more parts, meet a VW guy, and in order to do that, we're going to have to take the Ohio low voltage shop truck out there. All right, bear with me.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
All right. Well, I finally got it cleaned out, and as you can see, my bed is not entirely stock. Um, we've got our decked bed system in here. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but I do think it's pretty cool. Helps me stay organized. Also, as you could see earlier, I had stuff piled all the way up, and this way, if I need a tool, I can slide this out even with all my stuff piled up. Anyway, I'll put these in here just for now, and this in here too, just for kicks. Also got a nice little conduit bushing. Always use these if you're pulling cable. Uh, but yeah, we'll put that right in here. This is my material side over here, and this is my tool side over here. Equally messy, but somehow I always have what I need and can always find stuff. And that's partially thanks to that decked bed system, so that's pretty sweet. Another cool feature of my truck, as I walk away, another cool feature of my truck is this ARE bed cap. Now, I used to be an ARE salesperson at a truck shop I worked at, and I was always happy with their quality and their value for money. I had many quotes for caps that were a lot more expensive than this one, um, and this one is basic. I mean, but it's the best bang for your buck if you're trying to build a work truck. Okay, so this is the ARE V Series cap. Just a value basic cap. No windows because I don't need nobody getting in the sides of my truck. Does have a tilt down front window, which is highly recommended just to allow you to clean. Or if you get a big piece of whatever, you can fold that window down and push stuff into your cab. So it's handy. Other than that, just a standard rear glass sliding door, T-handle door, just like you'd normally have. And then the pièce de résistance for me as a cable guy is somewhere to put my daggone ladders. And guess what? This thing, I paid the big money. I got the Alu rack, okay? So that sucker right there is nice. It has a roller on it. And this thing is not very long. This bed is only about just under 6 foot long. So that's carrying right there one 12-foot ladder, one 10-foot ladder, one 8-foot ladder, all stacked up on there. And, I've been doing it for a long time. It's fine. I've had a bigger truck. I carried all these same stuff, and it handled it fine as well. But I was just really surprised that this cab could handle the weight of all this stuff and the constant abuse. I mean, literally, one of the first days I had this truck out with my new cab, somebody tried to break into it. And then I had an electrician come and take a piece of conduit and just whack the side of my truck with it, right? And she's still been running strong. Yeah, we got a couple bumps and bruises, but who doesn't, baby? Ain't no thing. I am not in the search of perfection. I'm in search of functionality and having a good time and getting work done, baby. I got no time for wasting. Anyway, so yeah, that's our truck cap, and that's sort of the business side of the Ohio low voltage work truck. We've got a couple vans as well that are lettered up, and honestly, this baby may get lettered up this year. So, oh, by the numbers, I've already replaced 2 tires. Thank you, construction. Anyway, party on, baby. I'm gonna go get the wife going, and we're gonna figure out how the heck to get to Grandpa's cheese barn, because that's our rendezvous point. Follow along. All right, I just got through wiping the passenger seat down. I always like to wipe it before the wife gets in, because God knows what we've been doing in here. Anyway, I like to use a leather cleaner slash leather conditioner whenever we wipe down leather seats. Not hugely brand loyal, but this seems to be a good one. Armor All, always a solid choice. Not my sponsor, but cheers. Anyway, we'll do this side real quick just so y'all can see my little process. All we do is, yeah, we're gonna hit it on this side too. Pop, 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 pop. Oh yeah, bam, bam. Okay, let's get a nice little distribution. Wet rag, critical. And we're just gonna wipe it. All nice and try to get it halfway decent looking. I mean, my seat gets pretty abused, I'll be honest. These are some of the most comfortable truck seats I have ever sat in also. This is mainly the main reason why I bought this truck was purely out of comfort. And that may sound selfish, wimpy, whatever, but when you get in at the end of the day, you want to be able to get back home comfortably and safely. And that's what this truck has done for me. Over 30,000 miles over the last year, which has impressed me. And I honestly flirted with selling it. To be honest with you guys, math wise, I'm in too deep. I'm upside down in this truck. And that's okay. That's just reality of things. But I bought this truck for about $63,000. Actually, Ohio Low Voltage bought this truck for about $63,000. And when we looked at getting a bigger truck for towing, well, they would only give us the best offer I got, $36,000. That's new car depreciation for you, okay? Now, this thing has 30,000 miles on it, which doesn't help me. A few bumps and bruises, you know, typical. But this beautiful truck that I just paid 63,000 for, now only worth max of 36. Most places offering me 32. So, just some new car buyer education there for you. For me, it's worth it, right? It's a work vehicle. It's making me money every day. I've made that money back and more. So, it's not the end of the world. But if I'm going to turn around, try to reap my value out of something, a new car is not the way. A new car is a long-term investment you want to buy because you need it and you're going to get use out of it. You're buying it to invest in it, unless you're talking about a rare Ferrari, not going to happen. Now, one perk of this truck and the ones that are still available out there is they're offered at 0% financing. Again, I'm not a sponsor. No interest to get that loan. So highly consider it, and I highly encourage anybody buying a new car, only buy with 0% financing. I'd rather buy a 0% new car than a slightly used car with some financing on it, because you're going to end up paying a lot more, and now you also have a new car. Consider it, okay? All right, we're going to get on the road soon. Pick up the parts we need to trade, a little bit of cash, and get to the rendezvous. All right, so we are at the Car Lab and Ohio Low Voltage shop. So as you can see, got some of our equipment there. And anyway, let's roll. All right. So as we walk in, you're going to see a few projects we got going on. Hey there. All right. And we'll tell you more details about these at some point. Let's see here. Got to put some audio equipment here for a project we've got going on. And we need to get the Westy roof cuts. They're actually buried under this mess. So I'm going to dig them out. We're going to throw them in the truck, and then we're going to get to our rendezvous point. All right, for now, that's it. Let's go to the rendezvous. All right, well, we're at the rendezvous point. Got everything, did our deal. Got everything loaded up here. Board, dashboard, seats, some door panels that are very nice, and one little cherry on top here. Got a very nice gauge cluster. So, nice little score. Anyway, back to working on stuff. We might take you on a little side journey here. After meeting to do our deal on our Vanagon parts, we ended up going to Amish Country instead of just going to the nearby Grandpa's Cheese Barn. Grandpa's Cheese Barn is super legit. I'm a huge fan. But we ended up going deeper into Amish Country. So we ended up driving about another hour east and ended up at a place called the Amish Door.
It's probably one of the best tasting Amish meals I've had in a long time. Usually they're big on quantities. Flavor is good, but a little bit on the bland side. And this place had a little something extra in it. Not sure what, but it was delicious. We ate till we were absolutely stuffed. Then we ended up going to a place called Heine's Cheese Chalet. And again, this is right in Amish country in Ohio. Google it if you've never heard of it, but it's a great place to come, check out. They have tons of different cheese, lots of cool Amish goods. It's just a fun destination to go to if you happen to be in sort of that northeast Ohio area. So anyway, check it out. And then we've got one more update for you on the Vanagon.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
All right, well, we are going to finish off this week's video. It's the next day, and I'm looking over the Vanagon in question that we purchased parts for, and I've been having trouble getting it started. I had a few different situations, and I found some suspicious wiring, which I think I showed you in the last clip. I'm also not getting the fuel pump to run. Now, on a Vanagon, on the left side, you've got two relays here. That's your main ECU power relay, and this is where your fuel pump relay should go. And you can see right here, that is an example of a fuel pump relay. And actually, this one has a nice diagram. If you look at it, basically the two lower posts, the 85 and 86, are going to be our signal wires. One's a ground and one is the signal wire from the ignition to power up the relay. Then 30, and 87 are going to be the actual connections that power the fuel pump. So 30 is constant 12-volt power, and 87 is going to be your device. So I have been looking at this thing for a bit. I had a few little issues I've been chasing. Now here, as we're troubleshooting this, my first thought was this relay is bad, right? But they honestly don't go bad that often, but they can go bad. This vehicle's just been, revived recently. So the first test is actually to put a jumper in, just like this, between the two posts of the relay, which should transmit power to the fuel pump. So again, this up here is our constant 12 volt, and this right here is our fuel pump post at the very bottom. We've got this connected, no juice to the fuel pump. We check here with our voltmeter, and we've got 12 volt power, which means we don't have a blown fuse. So we're suspecting our fuel pump is toast. Now, I've heard of some of these going bad. It's a newer part, and also, we had a lot of trash in our tank. So a fuel filter and pump is in this thing's future, and a lot of mess to come with it. So we will be ordering parts. Anyway, good luck with your adventures. Again, here's the Titan. Makes life so easy. Made it home, no problem, from Amish Country. We will see you on the next one. Really appreciate everything. And guess what? With challenges come victory. We're not going to sit here and give up. So we'll be back. All right. Sponsor of this video is Ohio Low Voltage. They're your go-to vendor when it comes to data cabling needs. If you have a building that needs some repair work or needs a new network setup, a paging system, an audio video system, any type of low voltage cabling or business system, contact Ohio Low Voltage. They'll be happy to give you a quote. They are price competitive and will do everything they can to do it right the first time. If you need anything, please check out ohiolowvoltage.com or email them service@ohiolowvoltage.com. Cheers, bros.